Hi, I'm Danny and these are my Diecast Disasters. In this video I'm going to customize a couple of Citroen SMs. This is a subscriber's choice video where I posted a photo of the two cars a little while ago in my community section and asked what colour people would like to see them. There were quite a few suggestions. I also asked if people could guess which brands they were, so let's find out now. This little red one here is the Matchbox version. These were produced from 1972 until 1979. And this little green one here is the Tomica version. It's a little hard to find info about these, but I believe they were made around 1977. They are both actually really good quality models. I couldn't really pick one of them that was particularly better than the other one. They are quite a bit different though, so we'll just take a closer look at them off of the turntable. They are both in similar sort of condition, a little play worn, not too bad. Neither of them have painted bases. They've both actually been painted with a sort of see-through paint. They both have opening doors. It's a really solid feeling little model. And the same with the Tomica. It's also very solid feeling. Both of the cars have pretty nice interiors. They've both got nice metal bases on them. Nice stiff feeling doors in this as well. So let's just compare them to each other. The first thing that stands out is that the Matchbox model is quite a bit wider. The hood detailings are slightly different. The rears are pretty similar, I guess. The Tomica has the tab there. And the front ends, of course, the Matchbox has a metal grille and the Tomica has the plastic one. And if you look at them side on, you can see the Tomica doors go right down and the Matchbox ones don't. You can let me know in the comments down below which one you think looks the best. So let's move on now and take them apart. I'll begin by drilling out the rivets. The Matchbox has one large rivet at the front here and two smaller ones at the back. And it actually has another couple of rivets holding the interior in for good measure. And the Tomica just has the one post at the front. With the cars apart, I can use some poly stripper to remove the paint from the bodies. Here they are with the paint stripped off. I can now give them a clean up with the wire brush on my rotary tool. This will get rid of that oxidation there and any remaining scraps of paint. And they come out looking like this. Now I'll just drill and tap the posts. I'm only going to do the front post on the Matchbox one here, as the rear are a little bit too thin. I'll just test fit this button head screw here. The same is done with the front post on the little Tomica as well. With the posts drilled and tapped and the screws in place, I move on and paint the bodies of the cars. There were so many suggestions of colours. I've tried to go with some unusual ones. I start the Matchbox off by painting it black. I then do a little bit of masking. I'm kind of basing this car off of the Michelin version. Ironically, I don't have any Michelins to go on it, but that can't be helped. When I was happy with my masking, I painted the car red. Here it is with the masking removed and the door handles detailed. For the Tomica Citroen, somebody in the comments suggested a yellow one, and I thought that sounded pretty cool, so that's what I'm going to go with. Here it is, painted a nice light yellow. I've also detailed the door handles and lights there. Over to the bases now. Neither of them were painted, so I didn't have to strip them. I just go straight to a burnishing with the wire brush on my rotary tool. Here they are, looking nice and shiny and clean. I then undercoated both of them with black. Here's the Tomica base. I mask off the front of it there. Then I hit that with a white primer and then the same light yellow that I painted the body with. I then detail the lights and the grills on both of the bases. And I finish underneath with a silver weathering powder just to bring out the details. With the metal parts painted, I'll move on to the plastic. You can see they are all in pretty good condition physically, just a little bit grubby. Not even really much scuffing on those windscreens there. I take these to the sink inside and give them a good wash in some hot soapy water. Here they are, looking a lot cleaner. Both the windscreens are surprisingly good. I'm only going to have to give those a little bit of a polish and they should be fine. Now to paint the interiors, I start by painting the Matchbox interior white. I then paint the seats there red. I'm going to mask off the middle of them. And then I paint the rest of it black. That's looking pretty cool to go with the body of the car. And the Tomica interior is painted white. then a leathery sort of brown, and then I put a mid-tone wash on it and did a little bit of detailing, just the gear stick and the handbrake there and the steering wheel. Here is that little clear front end of the Citroen. I'm just going to mask off the headlight lenses. I then paint the centre black. Here are the windscreens after a little bit of a polish. And lastly, for the wheels. Now, I was going to replace the wheels on the Tomica with these little Hot Wheels ones here, but as you can see, they are just too wide, and I don't have any other replacement wheels that are as thin as these Tomica ones, and the normal ones just won't fit in there, so I'm going to have to zhuzh them up a bit. I start by painting them black. I then detail the hubs with some chrome, and I gave them a coat of satin varnish. They're not going to win any prizes, but I think they look a lot better than they did when I started. So here are all the parts of our little Tomica SM, refurbished, repainted and ready to go back together. And likewise with the parts of our Matchbox one. I've got these little black mags to go on. As I mentioned before, ironically they're Yokohamas, not Michelins. So all I have to do now is reassemble the cars. Before we take a look at our finished Citroen SMs, let's just take a moment to look back and be reminded of what we started with. Here is our little Tomica example. Fairly play worn there with some worn out old wheels. Not in the worst condition, but definitely not the most exciting car. Let's see what we can do with it. And here it is after our custom makeover. It's got a nice new light yellow paint job. It's had the front and rear ends detailed, as well as the door handles and the indicators. Those old shabby wheels have been given a bit of a tidy up, and it's had the interior detailed as well. I'm pretty happy with this little Tomica. I think the light yellow paint looks really good on it, and I think the detailing really brings the model to life a bit more. It also had the more detailed interior of this model with the gear stick and the handbrake. And taking a look at our little Matchbox, again in a slightly play-worn condition, not the worst, not the best, a good quality little model, just maybe not the most exciting car in the world. So let's see what we can do to make it look a little bit more interesting. And here is our little Matchbox Citroen SM, customized with a cool two-tone black and red paint job. It's also got some nice new sporty mags on it. It's had a nice black and red sporty kind of interior there. Some detailing on the front and rear end and the door handles. I have to say, I think this car actually came out looking pretty cool. I wish it sat a little bit lower at the rear end, but there's not really room to raise the wheels up anymore. They do spin well. I'm actually really happy with how this came out. It looks better than I expected. You can let me know what you think of the cars in the comments down below. I'll now say a welcome to all of my new subscribers, and a big thanks to everyone for the awesome comments and likes on my videos. And as always, an extra special thanks to my awesome Patreon supporters who help to support the channel through Patreon. If you'd like to join them and help me make videos like this for you guys, you can check out my Patreon page. There'll be a link in the description below. So thanks heaps for watching this video. I really hope you enjoyed it. If you did, then remember to subscribe, give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends.